Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, as always, let's take a quick look outside that weather window. And once again, a scorcher all across north central Washington today as high pressure continues to build in. And this is a beautiful look down at the Wenatchee Valley, and it was a hot one today. Doesn't the river look nice? A nice spot to be at, that's for sure. Also, I think Three Lakes is in there. Three Lakes Golf Course in that shot. And lots of blue sky and lots of warm temperatures out there. And with low humidities and some breezy conditions coming our way the next couple of days, boy, we have that risk for fires. We'll talk more about what fires we've already had the past couple of days. But here's our situation as we move through today and into Friday, that we'll see some breezy winds that will start tomorrow and blow once again on Thursday into Friday. And with low humidities, a very dangerous scenario. We'll have your complete weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Firefighters were able to quickly get control over a pair of brush fires along highways in Douglas and Grant counties on Monday. Despite a wide-ranging search, the body of a Kent man allegedly killed by the subject of a 3-week manhunt off Blewett Pass still has not been found. And Grant County rescue personnel sprang into action Sunday after receiving a report of a rolled vehicle down a ravine outside of Freda. But first, we begin tonight. Rescuers used an improvised bridge Monday to rescue 4 teens off a rock ledge in Chelan Gorge after they were trapped by a rush of water that was released from nearby Lake Chelan Dam. Here's more on the unbelievable rescue. Crews fought treacherous terrain and looming darkness to rescue a group of teens in an off-limits area of the Chelan Gorge on Monday. 4 of 6 teens had scrambled onto an inaccessible rock ledge when a water release at Lake Chelan Dam came rushing through that gorge. Chelan Fire and Rescue Assistant Chief Brandon Asher said the initial report came about 5 p.m. and Chelan County Fire District 1 as well as Chelan County Sheriff's Office were called in to assist.
The challenge was that we had high flow water coming down the Gorge River. They were probably 350 feet down. They were on a side that was pretty inaccessible from that side, and so basically we came up with a plan to use a 35-foot ground ladder off of a fire apparatus, crew down to recon. Kind of gave us a size up of what was down at the bottom, told the kids we're getting a plan together to get to be able to get across and rescue them. 8:25 is when the ladder got to the bottom of the gorge. Crews were able to use different rope techniques and whatnot to secure it, make a ladder bridge across the gorge. We also had rescue swimmers down at the bottom in place. Our goal was to try to get them across before it was getting dark. It's a very steep canyon gorge. We're on the backside of the hill, so we didn't have the late afternoon sun. But the last of the 4 subjects actually got across at about 9:20. The last of the rescuers was 9:28, and that rescuer actually mentioned to me that he had to turn his headlight on, and it was dark. The timing worked out just right. Then they all had to hike back out up to the road, which was quite a hike still at that point. But there was no injuries. We did, on their way back up, had a report of a rattlesnake. Luckily, we scared that into the bush.
Kirby Reinhardt, superintendent of hydro operations with the Chelan County PUD, said a unit on the dam had been shut down Monday for maintenance and repairs, requiring the flow of the dam to go from 200 to 1,200 cubic feet per second of water being released. Asher said the teens had to move quickly.
The 2 kids that had made it across that I was talking with, the one kid was in the gorge, in the water when the rush of water came, and they quickly realized something was changing, something wasn't right. I think he mentioned it blew the shoe off of his foot, and so they made it to the safe side. It was clear that there was a lot more water coming down now than before, and that the other 4, there was no way they were going to be able to attempt to go across there.
Reinhardt said when the PUD was contacted about the trapped trespassers, they began reducing the water flow, and PUD crews responded to the site. Director of Hydro Operations Dan Garrison was able to make first contact with the teens using a drone.
And Dan's had a drone for a couple of years. He's very good at it. And so he flew it down, was able to land on a rock next to the individuals. They took the note off, scribbled on that they were okay, didn't need anything. They understood that they'll stay there until the rescue team could get to them. They put the note back on the drone. Dan flew it back up, landed on his tailgate, and gave it back to the sheriff, and pretty slick.
Wow, what a rescue. In other news, firefighters were able to quickly get control over a pair of brush fires along highways in Douglas and Grant counties on Monday. The first was along Highway 28 and Nature Shore Drive near Rock Island about 12:30 a.m. Crews from Douglas County Fire District 2 and Chelan County Fire District 1 were able to prevent the fire from spreading to nearby structures or closer to the highway. Then, early yesterday afternoon, Grant County Fire District 13, along with a freight of firefighters, responded to a quick-moving wildfire at Highway 282 and Highway 17. Bureau of Land Management Fire and Aviation aircraft and U.S. Forest Service crews helped contain the wind-driven fire to 20 acres and prevent it from getting near homes. The cause of both fires remains under investigation. Well, despite a wide-ranging search, the body of a Kent man allegedly killed by the subject of a 3-week manhunt off Blewett Pass still has not been found. Chris Whitsitt, an investigator with the Kittitas County Sheriff's Office, said Monday that as soon as murder suspect Jorge Alcantara Gonzalez was captured on June 14th, a massive search was launched for the body of 41-year-old Ian Eccles over a very large area. Eccles disappeared on May 17th while on his way to meet friends in Liberty for a turkey hunt. Investigators said when they found Eccles' car off Blewett Pass near Mineral Springs, it became clear he'd been murdered by Alcantara Gonzalez. Officials and his family and friends continue to look for Eccles. Whitsitt said Alcantara Gonzalez has not provided any information on the whereabouts of Eccles. Forensic investigators are examining electronic devices found on Alcantara Gonzalez for information that might help in that search. Grant County rescue personnel sprang into action on Sunday after receiving a report of a rolled vehicle down a ravine outside of Freda. Grant County Fire District 13 firefighters called in the Grant County Fire District 5 technical rescue team to help them reach the vehicle at the bottom of the 50-foot ravine. But when they got there, the car was empty. Kyle Foreman of the Grant County Sheriff's Office said the registered owner sold the car over a year ago, but the new owner apparently didn't complete the sale by registering the vehicle. He said the circumstances of that crash and fate of the driver are unknown, and the vehicle is considered abandoned. Well, coming up next, firefighters from Twisp, Winthrop, and Carlton responded to a wildland fire near the intersection of Highway 153 and Highway 20. That was south of Twisp late last night. The Wenatchee School District is offering an online-only option for students of parents who may not want their children returning to the classroom in August. And Congresswoman Kim Schreier will hold a virtual town hall meeting in Wenatchee coming up on Thursday. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
The two hottest pickups in America are at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. First, the Ram 1500 with back-to-back Truck of the Year awards from Motor Trend, and now the Car and Driver 10 Best list for 2020. They call it a luxury sedan with pickup capabilities. Ram is on a roll now with third-generation EcoDiesel power. Next up, the Jeep Gladiator, also a 2020 10 Best model based on the new award-winning Jeep Wrangler. It has options and capabilities that no other truck can offer. Two more reasons when it comes to buying a truck, there's no reason to leave town.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Welcome back. In another news, firefighters from Twisp, Winthrop, and Carlton responded to a wildland fire near the intersection of Highway 153 and Highway 20 south of Twisp late last night. The fire was reported about 10:30 p.m. and spread from an overlook down a steep embankment before crews were able to limit it to about an acre. The State Department of Natural Resources took control of the scene from local firefighters about 1 o'clock this morning, and the cause is being investigated. The Wenatchee School District is offering an online-only option for students of parents who may not want their children returning to the classroom in August, called the Wenatchee Internet Academy. It's a full-time virtual instruction for kindergarten through 12th grade. The district said in a press release Monday that parents can choose between the online instruction or a return to classrooms in some form on August 26th. The district said the Wenatchee Internet Academy will be taught by certified teachers and includes a schedule of real-time virtual classes that mirror what's taking place in classrooms. Parents can sign their children up for the online-only option on the district's website. Congresswoman Kim Schreier will hold her next Wenatchee Town Hall virtually. The 8th District Democrat will be joined Thursday by special guest Bob Boogert, one of Chelan County's 3 elected commissioners. The online town hall happens at 5 p.m. on Thursday. To get involved on the Zoom call and talk about the issues, you can register through Schreier's website or her Facebook page. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Boating in the Wenatchee Valley starts at Bob File Boats and Motors. Now you can fish like a pro without breaking the bank thanks to the ProMag aluminum fishing boat by Smokercraft. It features a great layout with a spacious bow casting platform, huge live wells, and in-floor storage to safely stow your gear. See the Smokercraft line of boats at Bob File Boats and Motors on Sunset Highway in East Wenatchee or online at bobfile.com.
Bob File Boats and Motors.
We're dealing.
Bob File's gonna make you smile.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Nissan is the value leader in new cars and SUVs. Check out these new models starting at under $20,000. The all-new Versa from $17,020. The all-new Sentra from $17,400. And the all-new Kicks from $17,995. Now you can have the Nissan style, performance, and reliability, all for under $20,000.
And they're all here at Town Nissan, up behind Costco in East Wenatchee.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Last night we told you about Anna Martinez and Bijou Zem, 2 Leavenworth girls who interrupted their hike to rescue an intoxicated man on Friday as he struggled in the Wenatchee River. In tonight's features story, NCWLIFE's Jefferson Robbins caught up to Anna and Bijou by the riverside. They told their story in their own words and shared a warning about safe river recreation.
My name's Anna Martinez and I'm 16 years old.
And my name is Bijou Zem and I'm 17 years old. We just decided to go down to the beach just to have like a river day. And it's just kind of like a little hidden beach between the local barn beach and the Safeway Bridge. I was like around 4:30 or 5 when we saw the tubes coming down.
And we saw 4 tubes coming around the corner and both of us were kind of just like, that doesn't exactly look right. So we decided to run down the trail and go check it out, and then we saw the guy in the water, and then everything happened from there.
Yeah.
We have both been competitive swimmers since we were
5 or 6.
5 or 6, yeah. We both just recently stopped competitive swimming. He was flailing a little bit, he was going under and coming back up. He was definitely struggling a lot, and so I knew that we were definitely going to have to grab him, like he wasn't going to make it out on his own.
Yeah.
So when we grabbed him, he was actually pretty calm, which was relieving. We were kind of, I was scared at least, that he was going to be like trying to grab onto us and maybe pull us under with him, but he didn't do any of that, which is good.
We both started yelling at him to like try to swim sideways, and that wasn't really happening, so we just swam towards him, and he ended up going underwater, in which like Anna like screamed like no, and like we just both like I think you were like just grab his arm, and so we
both like
his arm.
looped our arms under one of his arms and we pulled him on his back on the way back, which was a little bit of a struggle because we're both small people.
And also he was just really intoxicated, so that was like a bit of the struggle.
Yeah.
Just like trying to like get him to understand, and
because I don't think he even was really aware of what was going on, which is really concerning.
Is this the first time you two personally have seen somebody in trouble on the river?
No. This was actually the 5th person I've ever pulled out of the river. Yeah. This situation was definitely like the closest the person ever was to drowning, but I've definitely like grabbed like kids before, and I've grabbed 2 adults before with some of my friends. It happens a lot.
Yeah.
And when you spend a lot of time at the river, then you run into the situation quite a bit, so. Really, I feel like most people come onto the river expecting it to be like a lazy river at a water park. Like, I feel like people don't understand that there's currents and there's streamers and there's rocks and there's a lot that can go wrong.
Yeah.
And just drinking on the river is not a good idea ever, really. Even if you're familiar with it, like, stuff can always go wrong.
Yeah, for sure. And also, if you have like kids, or like if you are coming in like a time when the river might be high, like a life jacket is never a bad idea, ever. Like, we always wear life jackets in the spring if we go paddleboarding or something. It's just like really important. People die every single year, and it's just so heartbreaking, and we were faced with it head on, and so I think now we kind of grasp it more, and we just really want people to be safe, so yeah.
Really, just like, I feel like as like 2 16 and 17-year-olds, like, we shouldn't have been put in that situation. Like, that shouldn't be a situation that I wasn't surprised happened. Yeah. Like, I feel like that shouldn't be a common occurrence in this river, or any river, really. It just, something needs to change. There needs to be more regulations.
Yeah.
Time now for a check of that north central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to the details, beautiful shot down at the Wenatchee Valley, and it was another scorcher out there today. Keep in mind our normal high temperature is about 89 degrees. We were well over that today, and that's going to continue at least for another day or so. We'll get to the details in a second. High temperature unofficially 97. That's up quite a bit from 89, as I mentioned, where we should be for this time of year. Look at that overnight low, 71 degrees as we started off our day this morning. 63 is normal. Record high 105 back in 1994. Record low 51, and that was in 1984. Sunrise 5:27. Sunset will be at 8:47. Taking a peek at Wednesday, our hump day weather forecast. The good news for you folks that don't really like the heat, it is going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow. And I'm talking a little bit cooler. 98 for Moses Lake, mid to upper 90s for Quincy and Ephrata. We should be right about 95 in the Wenatchee area, 92 in Leavenworth, and 95 scorching degrees once again in Chelan. Let's take a look at tonight now, and then we'll get you through the next 7 days, right through the upcoming weekend. Tonight, we can expect clear skies. It will continue to be a little bit breezy, so that'll make it feel a little bit better out there, but lots of clear skies all the way back into Montana. We will see a little bit of a breeze too. You notice these isobars are tightly packed right over central Washington, so about a 10-mile-an-hour breeze tonight. That will continue on Wednesday. It will be sunny tomorrow, still hot in a northwest breeze. There's all those hot temperatures in central and eastern Washington. Once again, we're mainly going to be in the middle to maybe some upper 90s for Wednesday. On Thursday, once again, might be our breeziest day of all, 10 to 15-mile-an-hour winds, but it will be cooler on Thursday. We are talking a cool down Thursday into the mid and upper 80s, so temperatures back to normal pretty much Thursday, and especially as we get into Friday. In fact, we'll be a little bit below normal as far as temperatures go. Still some breezes out there right in central Washington. High temperatures lower to mid 50s or 80s rather as we get through the Friday. And then on Saturday, sunny skies. It will be a beautiful start to our weekend. We'll see a light breeze. Temperatures seasonal, and as I just showed you in our almanac, that's about 89 degrees, and that's where we'll be on Saturday. All of eastern Washington Washington. Just beautiful as we kick off the weekend. Moving into Sunday, another heat wave is coming our way. And folks, this one may be even stronger than the one we're experiencing right now. We'll see sunshine on Sunday. Temperatures will warm up into the mid-90s. And on Monday, sunny and hot with high temperatures then in the mid to upper 90s. And I checked past Monday into Wednesday and Thursday of next week. We're talking temperatures, I think we're going to be well into 100-degree range. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 70 tonight, 95 tomorrow. Cool down then for Thursday and Friday into the mid and upper 80s. About 90 for Saturday, kicking off the weekend. 94 Sunday, and a scorching 97 on Monday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
From the ocean to the mountains to the forest in between, vacation time can be a fun time. But not if your car breaks down. Call Global Car Care today. Have a service approved over $150 on your vehicle, and Global Car Care will donate an oil change service to one of our local heroes at Confluence Health. Look for more incentives online. Global Car Care cares about their community. And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. The Wenatchee Wild are holding a trial camp in Las Vegas due to the COVID shutdown of their building at the Town Toyota Center. In fact, there's no ice there right now. Wild General Manager Bliss Littler says, like most small businesses, the organization is trying to stay afloat amid the pandemic shutdown. He says it's only through the support of great ownership and a fantastic sponsor levels that the team can remain viable.
Again, working for David White, the way he treats us employees it's so far above and beyond what other junior programs do, and we couldn't be happier working for David and our staff. That everybody on the staff's healthy. That Gretchen's doing a great job with the business end there. That it's amazing the support that we keep seeing with people with season tickets, with corporate sponsors in these tough times. That it's shocking. But then I guess when I think about the people that we've met here, it's just it's just a lot of really good people in the Wenatchee Valley.
The BCHL announced Friday that the league will hold off on any game action until December 1st. This would mark an 8-month shutdown since the league halted activity when COVID-19 hit in March and canceled the playoffs. Littler says he's working with his coaching staff on a timeline for bringing players in and having an extended training camp, whether there are games or not.
I've met with Coach Clark several times, and we're trying to look what an extended training camp will look like. We still have to train our players. It's that our kids, they still have to develop. Even if you're not playing a game right away, we still have to make our players better so that at some point it's going to be time for them to go to college, and you can't miss out on 3-4 months of development. So we'll definitely be bringing our kids in sometime in September. Again, that will be with hopefully Mark Miller can get the ice back in the TTC sooner than later.
Littler says they're currently searching for billet families to host players. If you're interested, contact the Wenatchee Wild office at 888-7825. Well, today should be the first day for rookies showing up at training camp for the Seahawks and the rest of the NFL. Concerns over COVID-19 by players and its union will probably result in no one showing up. The NFL and the Players Union have agreed to do more testing once training camp does begin July 28th. In addition, it looks like the preseason will be reduced to either one or no games at all. Seahawks coach Pete Carroll said earlier this month that he would err on the side of delaying the start of training camp to assure that everything's in place for players to feel safe about returning. Well, the WIAA Executive Board is meeting today to discuss strategies on what to do about fall sports. High school sports organization already delayed the start of fall sports to September 5th for football and 7th for the rest of sports. That means the first games wouldn't be played until about the 18th of September. I will be part of a Zoom video conference at 7 o'clock tonight with the executive director of the WIAA, Mick Hoffman. Will have his comments regarding the decision or direction tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Hard to say what they'll decide, if anything. California became the 14th state in the country on Monday to delay high school sports until December 1st. In addition, the Northwest Athletic Conference, home to Central Washington University, delayed all sports until November 30th. One thing is for sure that the WIAA is looking at all possibilities. That's something appreciated by athletic directors around the state, such as Eastmont's Russ Waterman.
We all know that kids out of school is not a great thing. So people are being creative. I've heard models of trying to squeeze the whole year in between January and June. How do you keep senior athletes engaged after graduation if you do that? I've heard flopping seasons. And if it doesn't work and they're not going to open, move the spring seasons back to the spring where they can have that season again. And now you try to figure out how you're going to do that. There's just, when you open up that one box, it's like that puzzle box, right? You get one of those puzzles solved and now there's another puzzle to solve. So there's a lot of people thinking about it. I honestly have the utmost respect and regard for the staff at the WIA office, because they're taking input, they're taking ideas, they're trying to make this work. They're not sitting idle. They're like everybody else. They're working forward with scenario A, B, and C. And I trust that they're going to find something that's going to be best for kids and best for athletics.
All anyone wants is direction so they can plan accordingly. We'll see what the WIAA, if they make a decision today. Well, the Mariners played a 3-inning intra-squad game Monday as preparations for the season opener Friday continue. It was the first time Dylan Moore had a chance to take the field after being quarantined for 14 days after testing positive for COVID. He says he was as shocked as anyone else when he found out he'd tested positive.
Yeah, it was definitely frustrating. I mean, I was asymptomatic, which was a blessing for sure. But yeah, just waiting for those 2 negative tests, getting back. Obviously, time went a little slower for me, but just trying to keep my mind off of it and do as much as I can in the hotel room, and some dry swings and some stuff that I just kind of just moved everything out of the way and did some push-ups and just try to stay as sharp as I could with whatever I had.
Yusei Kikuchi made the start, threw over 50 pitches for the first time in game action in camps. Manager Scott Service was pleased with what he saw.
Nice to see Kikuchi. I thought I threw the ball pretty well tonight. I thought his stuff was really good. Velocity up there. Maybe not great feel with his curveball tonight, but a lot of good sliders. The fastball, like I said, was there. Mix in some good changeup. So hopefully he can build on that one. I think he got up to 55, 58 pitches, something like that, which is what we were hoping to get him to. And, I think, all the guys so far, Marco, Taiwan, and YK, they should be good to go if things go well. Hopefully get them through 5 innings their first time out.
Seattle will play a full 9-inning practice game tonight, leave on Thursday for Houston, begin a 4-game series with the Astros coming up on Friday. Taking a quick look at our schedule coming up on the NCWLIFE channel this week. It begins Thursday night with Hockey Night. Wenatchee Wild hosts the West Kelowna Warriors in a game from last October. We'll celebrate the start of baseball Friday with Wenatchee Apple Sox and Walla Walla Sweets in a game from last June. Saturday's doubleheader begins at 2 o'clock with high school volleyball, followed by a rebroadcast of last weekend's racing at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. That's Sports News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric, and nice T-shirt, by the way. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. Join me tomorrow for a Wednesday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're going to have just real quick, hold tight. Hello? Yeah, this is him. Yeah, I'd love a free cruise. Yeah. No, I'll tell you what, I'll give you Grant's Visa number. I'll call you right back, okay? I think I just want a free cruise. Maybe I won't be here tomorrow. If I am here on Wednesday, we'll get you going with everything that you need, news, sports, weather, everything to start your Wednesday live and local right here with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thanks, Dan. And if I'm paying, I'm going too. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
In a world afraid of technology, one man, one show will bring you the newest innovations that may just change your life. This summer, Ray McNeil and your Weekly Tech Update is your Weekly Tech Update with Ray McNeil.
I'm Sue Kane with the Apple STEM Network, and you're watching the NCWLIFE channel.